Good morning. Welcome to our daily mobility. Today we're working on our shoulders, and we're going to start with a just floor overhead kind of press. So laying on our back, we just want to first up push our low back down into the floor so it's a nice flat line all the way through. If you have to bend the knees a little bit to make that easier, you can, but we want to try to keep the legs as straight as possible. From there, with our arms by our side, keeping the elbows locked out, we want to get our arms as close to the floor as we can without letting our elbows bend or that low back rib cage flaring up. And we're going to hold that stretch for a few seconds and then come back down to our sides. And we'll just keep going through that for 45 seconds. So timer's going. Again, low back push into the floor. Bring those arms up overhead. I want to feel that stretch, ideally in around kind of shoulder blades, that mid upper back. Again, make sure the low back stays pushed down into the floor. And then come back down. Take a second to reset in between each rep. So as you come back down with the arms by your side, really push that low back down into the floor. And just try to breathe through the stretch. If you can get your arms all the way to the ground, again, without bending those elbows or flaring the back, that's fantastic. Good. Okay. Next up, we're going to do a scapular four-way drill. So just on our hands and knees, the first one we're going to do is just protraction and retraction of the shoulder blades. So we're going to retract the shoulder blades by squeezing them together, and then we want to protract our shoulder blades by pushing them as far away as we can. So we're just going to go back and forth. We're just going to do 30 seconds of that. So timer's going. Again, on all fours, making sure we're not bending our elbows. Only movement is just through the shoulder blades. And we don't have to hold it at any one position for very long. And just go through whatever range of motion you can without compensating by bending the elbows and feel like you're getting a bigger range that way. In time, you'll be able to move the shoulder blades further and further. Okay, now from there, we're going to go, we want to elevate and then depress the shoulder blades. So we want to feel like we're going to depress the shoulder blades down like we're pulling them down towards our glutes, the low back, or elevating them up towards our ears. And we're just going to go back and forth that way, again, for 30 seconds. Again, not letting anything else move through the body, so we don't want to be rocking our body back and forth. We just want to feel like we're moving our shoulder blades basically up and down. Again, just breathing through it. This one may be a little bit more challenging even than the last one. Nice, good. Okay, for our next one, we're going to do a bandit pass through. So if you don't have a band of some sort, you can use a towel or even just a dowel, like a broom handle as well. We're just going to start here, and we're just going to come all the way around. Goal is to kind of slowly bring in those hands closer and together, adding more tension and trying not to let the hands pull apart. And we're just going to go for 45 seconds. And coming all the way around, trying to minimize any compensation. So as you come around, we're trying not to let our body kind of arch. Again, we want to feel like we're keeping the rib cage locked down. And coming all the way through. Just trying to feel a stretch through the shoulders. Feel like you're kind of trying to pull the hands towards each other at the top. Try not to pull them away. Try to feel like they're coming in, and there's going to be a point where they may have to kind of pull apart a bit. And all the way back. Good. All right. Last one we're going to do is a sleeper stretch. So laying on our side, I'm just going to go elbows straight out from our shoulder here. And then all we want to do is we're just going to push on the back of our wrist, not our hand, because then the wrist may push down. So kind of back of the wrist, back of the forearm. And then we just want to feel like we're pushing that hand towards the floor without letting our shoulder pop up off the floor here. So keeping that in contact, and just go to the point where you start feeling that tension. And then we're going to hold that for 30 seconds. Again, keeping this shoulder pinned to the floor. And we just want to breathe through that. As you breathe, just try to maybe feel that stretch kind of sink in a little bit deeper. Again, keep breathing through it. Make sure we're not holding that breath. Okay, good. Let's flip over to the other side. And again, elbow straight out from the shoulder, kind of pushing from the back of that wrist. Keep the back of the shoulder pinned to the floor. We want to feel that stretch through the shoulder, kind of even down into that upper arm a little bit as well too. Again, we just want to breathe through that. Just a little bit of tension. And that's it. Awesome. Great job. Enjoy the rest of your day. We'll see you back here tomorrow.